Once upon a time, when the earth was young and the spirit of the land walked among men, there was a village nestled in the heart of the Igbo land called Amodu. The people of Amodu village revered a powerful deity named Udumiri, the god of justice and balance. He was not one to tolerate injustice or disrespect for the traditions that had been passed down from the ancestors. The villagers knew that any transgression against these sacred laws would bring swift retribution. Among these people lived a young hunter named Nkemjika. Nkemjika was proud, for he was the only son of a great warrior, now passed on. He carried with him the weight of his father's name, but also the burden of arrogance. He believed that the laws of the land were beneath him, that his skills as a hunter could shield him from any danger, even the wrath of the gods. One fateful day, Nkemjika stood at the edge of the Ofianso, the sacred forest, a place forbidden to all but the elders during special festival. The village elders had always warned that this forest was home to spirits and that Udumiri himself watched over it. But Nkemjika, his heart full of pride, scoffed at their warning. If the right hand washes the left, both becomes clean, and I will use my strength and skill to conquer whatever lies within, Nkemjika said. And so, with a single step, he crossed into the forbidden forest. At first, the air was still, but soon it grew thick, as if heavy with an unseen presence. The silence was eerie, yet Nkemjika pressed on, eager to prove his courage. Before long, he spotted a massive antelope, far larger than any he had ever seen. He pursued it with all his might, his heart racing with excitement at the thought of such a prize. But as he finally cornered the beast, something strange happened. The antelope vanished into the thin air. Confused and disoriented, Nkemjika stopped in his tracks. Suddenly, the trees around him began to whisper, their leaves rustling as if carrying a message from the gods. The ground beneath his feet trembled, and the air became cold. Nkemjika had begun to race, but not from the thrill of the hunt. This was fear. A deep, thunderous voice echoed through the forest. It was Udumiri, the god himself. Nkemjika, does wealth blind a man to his own foolishness? You have disrespected the sacred laws of your ancestors. You have entered a place where only the pure and the wise dare to tread. You think yourself above the gods? Nkemjika fell to his knees, trembling in fears. For the first time, he had realized the weight of his action. The once proud hunter was now a frightened child before the power of Udumiri. His voice, weak and filled with regret, broke the heavy silence. Forgive me, great Udumiri. I did not understand the gravity of my disobedience. But Udumiri's voice, like the rumbling of an approaching storm, continued without mercy. The tortoise that refused to heed the wisdom of the forest must carry its share of consequences. You, Nkemjika, have chosen pride over humility, arrogance over tradition, and now you shall bear the weight of folly. Before Nkemjika could utter another word, the ground beneath him cracked open, and roots emerged, wrapping around his legs, pulling him into the earth. His body stiffened, his limbs turning to wood, and before long he was transformed into a tall, stubborn tree. His branches twisted, Udumiri, with his final judgment, said, "You shall stand here for all eternity as a reminder to those who will forget the ways of their ancestors. Only when humility returns to the hearts of men shall you be free." And so, Nkemjika became a tree in sacred forest, his once vibrant spirit trapped within its wooden form. The villagers, upon discovering his fate, mourned for him but took heed of the lesson. The elders will often lead the young ones to the edge of the forest and point to the twisted tree, saying, "Remember, what affects one hand touches the other. The pride of one man can bring downfall to many. Do not be like Nkemjika, who thought himself above the gods." Over the years, the story of Nkemjika and his transformation spread far and wide. It became a cautionary tale, reminding the people that wisdom of their ancestors and the laws of the gods must never be taken lightly. For in their balance lay the peace of the land, and in their disobedience, the wrath of Udumiri would always find its marks.